Okay, the first thing I did was drive to my Home Depot to grab a sheet of plywood and some 1x6s for the framing and a couple 1x2s. I will throw materials down in the description list and measurements for my door. It may be different for you if you decide to make it. Now you have the option of having Home Depot cut the door down to size, or you can take it home and cut it down yourself. I opted to bring it home and cut it myself because I had some math to do. I cut the door to the exact length and width of the space that it would be covering first. Then I grabbed my Ryobi router and a V-groove bit by Diablo. Again, I'll put everything down in the description below in case you're interested. And I figured out the exact depth that I wanted my V-groove for the design. Then I found the center of my door and marked it on both sides and drew a line across. Then I used a piece of 1x2 as my straight edge and lined that up with my center mark. I used the V-groove on the router and did my first pass. Now there is a 1 3/4 inch space between the V-groove point and the edge of my fence on my router, so I took that into account with every measurement that I made for each pass. I wanted each line to be 3.5 inches apart, and so taking that 1 3/4 inches into account, between each line I was going 5 1/4 inches. So I just repeated this pattern all the way across the top quarter of the door. And as you can see here, the router gives the illusion of 1x4s lined up against each other at an angle, which is exactly what I was going for. So I just repeated this side of the pattern again all the way to the center line. Then I flipped my straight edge to the opposite corner of the door for the second half of the door, and made sure each line matched up with the line with the top half of the door. And again, I just repeated this pattern for this half. Now when using a router, you got to make sure you utilize that straight edge really well. Any little wiggling or jiggling or movement of your hand will move that line and you'll be able to tell. So you got to go really slow and really steady. And that's it for the router portion. Then I grabbed my 1x6s and cut them down to the exact length. And then I measured the open space for my 3 cross pieces, 1 in the center and 1 at each end, and placed those. Then I grabbed all of my Pony Easy clamps and my Titebond 3 and got to gluing. I used my top 1x6 there after I glued up and move it back and forth to spread the glue and then clamp into place. The Titebond 3 is extremely strong and it's water resistant, so it's good if it's going between a bathroom and a bedroom. Sometimes I'll nail from underneath just to give it a little more strength. Then I wait 24 hours for the glue to cure. Now it's hard to clamp this middle piece because I don't have any clamps that are deep enough to go past the 1x6s on the end. So I'll nail the middle piece from behind into place and then place a long 1x2 or 2x2 or whatever longer board I have across the middle and clamp that down into place to hold it down. Once I remove the clamps, I cut 1x2s, the length and width of the door, and add those as a casing around the outside. That will hide the seam of the plywood and give it a nice finished look. Then I fill in all the seams with wood filler and get ready for paint. Now from this point I would normally use a bullseye primer and give it a good paint, but my client wanted it bare. She wanted to paint it herself, so it'll go home just like this. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I'd be happy to answer, and you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook at Eternal Harvest Decor. See you guys next time.